Depending if it's actually streaming to where I think it's streaming. Cool. Connection verified. Starting. Okay, this is... I'm going to have to change the stream settings. Yeah. Analytics. Can I actually change the... I'm going to put what. There we go. Alright, so I just realized I gotta change my background, but at this point I kinda don't care. So today we're gonna be looking at whatever this is. This is actually Robbie's pack, and I'm streaming on both Discord and YouTube. This is probably gonna be put on unlisted. But for those who just joined, my friend Robbie decided to send me this mod pack. Now, I did have a timer, which I'm going to need to have, and I'm going to reset it, because some people don't get how load time works. Now, as I'm organizing, is load time varies between how long you want it. At this point, I'm kind of like, you know what, this is educational. I just had to fix some parts of the Traverse. Now, he really likes LL Craft, and he decided to mod the hell out of it. There's a lot more mods. It looks like I just added a few more mods to actually fix it. And at this point, he also added the Dalek mod, which I also had to update some stuff on these things. I might have to give him a custom NPCs update. I've also did this, which is Pong. And what this is, oh geez, there's two of them. Get that back up then. Okay. So, alright, so there's two of these. Now, what's fun is because this pack was made weirdly, I go by like the Forge. Forge is great for civil reasons. And I can actually go through here, but since it's underneath, crap. There's two of them, which this won't pick up, but there's two of these, so it's alphabetically ordered, which is nice. So here it is. We're going to need to get rid of the third, exit that out, put it back up, and then we start the clock, which once this thing comes up, then we start the clock, which we just did. Now, what's interesting is I'm going to put this back over here, but keep it going. We want to keep the information here going, because this is what we have to understand it. Minimize back those and that. Hopefully we don't find any more dynamic tree issues again. Okay, so we're just gonna get rid of the Traverse stuff at this point, because dynamic trees is depending. But it's the same one. Okay, so we'll just get rid of that. Get right over here. Go to the dynamic trees Traverse, which for some odd reason we no longer have in here. So my thought is, oh, and we gotta stop the timer, reset, because it didn't actually go past the loading screen. It did this. So since we have this issue, is the dynamic stuff. Pam may have to get rid of a lot of dynamic things and then reinstall it, because this is apparently not the same. Okay, so we'll just exit that out. Go back to Forge real quick and take a look at this. Now, this is the boring stuff that everyone's like, this is so boring, when can we get to the game? I'm like, this is what debuggers do, guys. Literally. Like, this mod pack, in a nutshell, is broken now. However, it still loads and still plays, but it can still crash. Load time is about 30 minutes originally. And there's no punch tree, which this is actually a thing I would actually remove, but I would add another mod to help with this, which is parts of Subtech, which I'm trying to remember the name of. The Dalek mod. Okay. I know. It's like, well, Tom, you're not like the owner, so you really shouldn't be like messing around here. Well, thank you, very invisible person that doesn't understand what a debugger has to do and literally have to be the guy that says, no, we can't have that in here because it's incompatible. I could make it compatible, but it's going to take some time. Here's the surrounding stuff. Let's go to here, go to versions, because there's supposed to be dynamic stuff in here, which this is Forge release. Okay, so the dynamic trees are fine. That dynamic trees is fine. Kind of wish it wouldn't automatically reset me every time it goes back there. So, has Pam. I know he has dynamic. I put dynamic lights, dynamic surrounding, dynamic that in, effortless buildings, but we need the traverse. Now, the traverse is in T, and then there should be dynamic tree traverse, which is a pain because that means it's in T. Tech guns. Wait, so he has tech guns and Vix guns. Yeah, Vix Modern Warfare guns. One or the other has to be removed. But Vix guns is this. That's pretty cool. Neat. Even has body armor, all other stuff. Cool. This is not really an advertisement, but it's mainly like, what is this? Cool. You can actually do that. Playing Z to crawl. Okay, cool. There's also Halo stuff in it. Neat. The config in game. That's something I need to know about. It's compatible with that. Zombies. Okay, so that means instead of having tech guns in it, we'll just keep Vix in. Yeah, he's probably going to yell and scream at me about it, but we're 7 minutes in and we still can't get the game to launch because of this dynamic tree issue, which I could remove. But it will make sense if we keep some stuff in. However, we also have Pam, Harvestcraft, in along with food expansion, Scale of Health, which does some neat things, Simple Campfire, Simple Harvest. I actually add that in. Spartan and Fire, Spartan Weaponry. There's some mods that are incompatible here because you'll have to write the permissions, the actual stuff. So we're going to get rid of tech guns because this, adds a lot of content. It's not up to date for 1.16 yet, which I would love to add to another thing, but we also have Mr. Crayfish, which also provides weaponry, but with a bit more balance. Because tech guns, if you actually look at the wiki and like all the fun stuff, I really love this mod. And yeah, this actually does occur a lot. We're going to have to remove it for now for this pack. I still say, if you really want to play around with this, have immersive engineering and some other things with this, with tech guns. Like immersive engineering works with tech guns really well. And all the little add-ons. I love the train. We see like people firing from the train and stuff. That was from ADV, but we're not working on that. So let's get rid of tech guns for now because that actually causes a memory leak. Dalek mod, I'm going to have to keep working around half of the mods that I know I can remove without him getting too mad. So I also added some other stuff. Weather, storms, and tornadoes. Oh boy. This is actually not a bad mod. I really like it. Some mod packs are okay with it, and others not so much. So, going back to it, here's a Traverse Forge. Now here's the problem with this. I don't know what's causing this. Okay, so here it is. I may have to get things for dynamic trees as well. This is what I'm going to have to end up doing. If you use this, dynamic trees, use this and dynamic. Okay, so we're going to have to go get that, which if I click on that, it automatically brings up a new web page. So let's go back grab the dynamic trees again. No, D-Y-N-A-M. Dynamic. So we already have dynamic. Now we just have to reinstall this because there was two of it. We need both. We have that. The dynamic view is pretty nice. I know if we add because I don't know if he actually has those. We had to put it in for Pam. And then let's go back to here, which I know I'm going to have to go into the saves because this is now corrupted because of what I'm doing. We're also going to add some new resources. This is all the resources that for the custom load screen and all the fun stuff. Resource packs, we can actually add more things in here. I know he has more bends. Dynamic stealth, I would add, but I still have to configure it. And now it's going to be fun. Tinker's Construct, I would actually add. Here's the Traverse, the other one, and Forestry. I would probably add this one too, because I know I'm going to be needing it. Extra utilities. Do we have extra utilities in here? To do that, let's bring back up the folder. Go back to mods. I'm going to actually change this name very shortly because I swear it's an insult. But do we have extra utilities? No, we do not, which is actually E. Effort. Because if we have anything dynamic, any autumn stuff. AT. Nope. Industrial craft. Do we have industrial craft? We have ICBM classic. It's a really fun thing. Immersive engineering. So immersive engineering, on the other hand, I really love that pack and its add-ons. All right. There's also the Mystic World. There's a lot of trees that are gonna be in here. Warfare. Memory. Dynamic torches. This is like OCD style. I don't really have to put it in, but vampirism. Do we have vampirism in here? Nope, we just have the vehicle mod. Okay. This is what happens when you have someone like me patch things. I want to make sure everything works. So let's go back because I want to go add the add-ons for immersive engineering along with the that means immersive engineering. You need this. I normally add what am I looking at because this is actually helpful and it will be useful. And I'm also going to put the harvest thing in here because that actually works with the scripts of the UI. And I have a feeling I'm going to get so many weird comments on this video. But I can also put like attempt possibilities, like working, like understanding FTB is interesting. I'm also going to add this because this also helps add more energy based. I know he wants to add galactic craft in here, but I'm like, dude, slow down. We have to fix that, and then we also have like the tool issue, which we have to program in. Like literally, I have literally the notes right here, and I'm slowly patching things that would make more sense. I'm literally using the RuneScape model on how to do stuff, which I'm going to be having. So you have Fire and Ice in here, and then you have Minecraft, which is up here. Like this is literally what you have to like do on some stuff. Like they patched a good amount in here, which is really good. I really love this. I can actually go in here and look at an example, and then later on when I want to build that other game, I use that as my the example. Like I said, there's also the industrial wires, which I had in ADV, but since we don't have industrial craft, we don't have to worry about it because we have other energy mods that will probably be useful. But the designer of this pack really didn't think of what's going to happen. So yeah. So before I make this video way too long, we have Tough as Nails installed, so this is what we're going to be adding in here. This doesn't really require much, but we're going to need to actually get the energy translation system, which we don't have to because immersive engineering And this uses the same code, tough extension, along with this flux, which allows long distance translate long distance. I'm also going to check for minimap stuff, and then wow, that's cool. It's going to be for later for the Pokemon thing, which I'm going to actually remake my Pixelmon gamepad Pixelmon pack. I'm going to redesign that. I'm also going to be using better models later. But anyway, Nintendo, please stop and assists. I'm literally getting people liking Pokemon seriously. But anyway, alright, so Pam isn't there. Okay, now the fun part. We're gonna go back to here. I know someone's like, hey, what's Nintendo suing you about? I'm like, they're not suing me. They just don't like it when someone makes a mod of a popular video game, because then they think it's like, oh, it's not total flattery, it's an insult in their culture. It's like, well, their culture's stupid. Yeah, I know. But also, Warner Brothers copyrighted something that I may have to pay out of pocket for, even though I didn't know about it until recently. Thank you, Jim Corishan. Or whatever that one's going by name. But regardless, here we are. So now we have this. Okay. So then we just get rid of that then. Cause whatever. Stop that, restart it. Restart. All modders actually have this very issue. Is why we put on a timer. It's like, why do you have to put a timer on anyway? Well, that's a good question. Weird ass voice. Is the timer actually says how long the game takes to load in total. Like when the actual bar pops up to, so like the gaming thing, it's there. We also have a timer in game because the average time is 8 seconds. It passed it, so that means we did something correct. And with this is literally a game called Pong, which is wait time. By the way, because this is a free mod and you don't have to actually buy it or do anything, Akami actually copyrighted this very thing. Literally. The reason why they can't take this down or sue for it is because of the very nature. So you're literally playing a mini game while you're waiting for the game to load. Which makes sense. I'm not too sure if anyone can hear in the background, which I'm hoping they don't, because I do have roommates. So, in total, oh wow, Modern Warfare composition. Oh, okay, I think that's probably with Vix. But in total, it's taking 1 minute so far to load, and we're on phase 2. It's Jurassic Craft. Cool. Now we should be moving to phase 3 very shortly. Please note how much RAM is up top. For those who are actually new to the modding scene or actually really like Minecraft, this video hopefully is helpful or to understand about the Java edition and the regular edition. Windows 10 edition is a lot more coding involved than modding. There's a lot of people that make some really cool mods out there. Seriously. Like, even this load time mod actually keeps you entertained while you're waiting for the game to load. And you have like a nice game called Pong, which is pretty cool. I would love to see the Snake game, but Pong is like the only game that could render, maybe. I don't know. Maybe someone on Reddit will know more. It's a good resource to use sometimes. But it also is, what's the word? Yay. And the cool part about Pong is it's a very easy game to load while another loading screen is going on. But yeah, imagine being able to play video games. But because of Konami, they have, I know it's already expired. Actually, when did they have it out? Oh yeah, it's about 23 years old for the copyright. Okay, there we go. Stop. Okay, so there it is. Takes 2 minutes. ADV takes 3 minutes to load. Congratulations. So, that means I just optimized the hell out of it. Let me just take a quick screenshot. So, Yeah, and since that's there, I'll be now putting that into full so I can actually see the comments. And if there's any issues or playback issues. So we'll go on single player, see if it actually crashes. Let's turn on cheats. Well, plus cities. Cool. Put that in. Put it in survival mode. I want to put it in more like default. How about, do we do like large biomes? Yeah. Alright, now the fun part. I think I'm gonna ask him if he wants me to get more like textures or more like this background here. It's a really good thing so far. But at the same time, it still says LL Craft up top here. And fly. So with that, we still have to like, well, I may or he will have to decide on, shall we make the difficulty go down? Should we, there's a lot you can do in Minecraft. The code's already there. It's the best game to mod so far. Cool, and it didn't crash this time because everything's working. Look how fast that loaded too. Holy crap. Wow. Nice. What the? Oh, it's a green thing. Neat. What is it called? Oh, it's called a a001tom. Neat. Effective tool. Alright, so with that, I'm going to actually try playing around with this. Figure out things. Alright, so we still have this issue right here with the custom NPCs. We also have the Lycan mod. We also have the skills, the dynamic system. What I'm going to actually end up doing is changing out the skill system so you can still plant potatoes. You can still do certain things. You need a hatchet for that. With custom NPCs, we can shut off the factions, but for me, I like using the custom NPCs for other things. Also, we have auto jump, which is kind of annoying actually. If you're a hardcore Minecraft player like me, I like shutting that off. And then here's like the weather config, but you won't be able to get that. Please craft this. This is for like the hardened veteran players, not for like the new ones apparently. I say, why do you want only the hardest of the hard to play? So as the world generates and plays, let's press M. Doesn't bring up the mini map. Is it J? Yep, it's J. Cool. Alright, so let's get rid of all the... This fly is... that keeps bugging me. Get it? Alright, so the cool part about this map, since it's new, this is the tech region, this is like everywhere else. Now since everything's loading in, rendering correctly, I really like that. Okay, cool. So we have that. I still need to, can I just like not use that? Like, I just want to dismiss it because it's not gonna, I won't be able to use it until I find a hatchet or make a flint hatchet, which I like what he was trying to do, make it more like do not punch trees, but you have to be able to do something, and you also have to pick up by right clicking it. That's fine. That makes it seem more realistic, and it becomes an entity, which also does some weird things. So we do also have water, and that is still missing textures. Let's go take a look at what these are first, because if they are what I think they are, oak leaves, but they're not rendering in though. What are these? There's also a storm might be coming, I think. And I think I'm gonna have to work on some texture packs too. Ooh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is my roommate talking. Well, actually, it's my mom, but you know. Alright. Yeah, you can even right click to pick up the stone. That's Peter from Jurassic Craft. What? Okay, so this is peat. Is it trying to actually do peat? So, we do know that Tough as Nails is actually working successfully. Cool. Now, without the zombies and tech guns, we no longer have the gun skeletons or the gun zombies. So that means, oh wow, look at that. Technically, you can break the branches by hitting it, but you're not allowed to really punch the trees. But you can actually see the progress going. Takes forever though. What the? Okay then. So that's another glitch. Interesting. I wonder if there's any funny glitches. Like this one time I was working around with City Skylines and I made this cheap windmill, but it still needs one item, which is power. Doesn't need any staff. It's completely fire tolerant. Like I was thinking of uploading it, and the funniest has ever happened. The whole thing rotates differently. It's funny too because the whole idea was it's free, but it's a cheat object, but it still needs water because it's water cooled. Get it? Oh, you need to be level 4 for this for farming. Okay. Let's see if we can find a town or something. This is where we have like the cheats enabled. Also, with the Linux mod in, which I'm so glad I can identify these objects now. But this is being partially colorblind. So I really wish I could apply a filter, probably pro production, so you can actually see what I see. But you know, I think I really like how the game tries loading in those and then will pop them up. That's actually a pretty cool feature right there. So I'm probably gonna switch over to creative mode in a little bit. Probably sooner than later now. Okay. Cool part is I can now fly, and these things won't aggro me. That's a really cool model, by the way. How they made this. You never really think about how the models work. I can't wait for them to update these models, or at least like half of these things. Almost. That gives. Looks like I'm gonna have to fix the GUI. Okay then. I'm getting glowing and night vision. Neat. So, since I can't find a town, which this is what you're supposed to do, is find a town or at least something like that. I wonder what happened here. I really like how sometimes you can find like a neat story that has happened here. Neat. Alright, now the fun part. Testing out the actual GUI. Since this is right here not working, I'm gonna have to go to options, video, and set it. It's already on auto, maximum fast, clouds are off because we already have clouds, shadow entities on, and sync on. But you do small, normal. I'd rather have just auto because I can actually see it and read it. So. What the hell? Why is it like over here? Which I'm gonna have to go into the code and figure out why this is like this. So let's see here. So that. Oh, he doesn't have the things that would go here. Alright. So a good way of actually seeing if everything's working is by just by scrolling. If he wants this to be like his own mod pack, I would love to do that. Take away some of the LR craft stuff. That's not okay. Yep. Here's a thing. Oh, there you go. It shut down and broke. Yep. That makes sense now. So when you try scrolling, that happens. So this is why we have that log. It crashed out, so we can actually read the crash log here. Talks about the actual graphics card. Wayla is on. Oh wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some more patching. But since I spent about close to 30 minutes on here, I'm going to say, since it's all going to go to the client anyway, it's going to send us a crash report to there. So since we already have the folder open for it, let's go to mods, crash report, and go here. So I think the next video I'm going to do is another update to it. And I know he's going to be like, why did you do that? I'm like, because I'm trying to keep a log and something I can go back to and see where I screwed up on. I know everything has loaded and ejected here, but also I can kind of see what went wrong. So here's the surface track, Java, source file, main menu. Okay, so it did what it was supposed to do when it crashes. However, I'm going to add some more things to it. So this is a little bit over 30, and we finally was able to get it playable. We can actually get in and play it. But creative mode is still broken. So for next time, as a note, which normally you would write yourself a notepad or email yourself, which is always a good way of keeping track of bugs and other things, you'll actually see probably the issue. We went into dynamic sources, which is always neat. Now, we're going to have to test the lighting soon and test some other stuff. What I would do is completely scrub half of the files, as in we delete a lot of stuff, and slowly implement everything back to see what's causing the issue. But because I don't really want to do that, no punch, you are not running the official build. This version will not be supported by the author. Okay, cool. But, yeah, plugin engine. I'm probably going to actually start building a test branch of ADV with the Reskillable plugin. That's going to be a bit later because the Skillable plugin is pretty neat. It did exit, and sadly we were not successful. But we were successful on a few things. Accept the failure and understand how the failure works so you learn how to actually fix stuff. But you always have to keep moving forward. I'm going to end the video on that, and I'm hoping everyone else is going to have a very interesting day, night, or the rest of whatever. Or if you're up at 3 a.m. watching this, please get some sleep, my friend, because we all care about you. And also, if it isn't 3 a.m. and you haven't had some water yet, or if you know, you really haven't been drinking healthy, drink a little bit of water. All right, stay hydrated and stay clever and keep moving forward, everyone. You can do it. I believe in you. Yes.